Hollow Knight is a 2D Metroidvania style game in which the player takes role of the knight on his quest to save Hollowness. What makes this different from other Metroidvania style games is that it has the mechanic from Dark Souls in which when you die, you lose all of your in-game currency and the only way to retrieve it is to go back to the spot you died and retrieve it. But if you die along the way, you will lose all that currency forever. This is the first boss of the game, False Knight. He is by far the easiest boss of the game, but what makes him unique is that when you can't damage him by hitting him in his armor. What you have to do is you have to damage him while the maggot is showing as he is about to here. He is very easy and I managed to beat this boss within 2 minutes. Here I'm getting the first ability of the game, Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit allows the knight to do range attacks, which let him access areas he previously couldn't, like the area I'm about to show you here, where I can't get through this enemy because when I get close to him, he gets in a shell, but with this ability, I can. Here I am finishing the fight for the second boss of the game, Mantis. What this boss allows me to get is the Mothwing Cloak. This ability allows me to dash very quickly and clear rooms much faster than I could before. The next ability I'm going to get is the Mantis Claw. The Mantis Claw allows me to wall jump. This ability is huge for later in the run, which I will be using again so that I can skip a lot of time later. As you can see here, I use it to get these geo packets up here. This here is why I need wall jump. I usually need a double jump ability called Monarch Wings. However, it's very far away and I don't have the time in the speedrun to get it. So I'm going to be using the environment and jumping above a pot and hitting it and then jumping above it. This next area I'm heading into is the boss, the Watcher Knights. The Watcher Knights are an extremely hard fight. While not in the beginning, it gets progressively harder as the fight goes on. When the fight starts off, you are only fighting one knight. However, after the first knight is defeating, two more will take its place, and you will have to fight them at the same time. I spent over 30 minutes at this part of the run, almost killing it, and basically it added a tenth more time onto my run than needed. The next boss here is Umu, a giant jellyfish. This boss is very easy. You just have to dodge its attacks and let the NPC take care of the fight for you. Here I am killing the beast. This is the last dreamer I have to kill to break the seals on the Hollow Knight. Once all three seals are broken, I can fight him. There were the previous two bosses I have killed, Umu and the Watcher Knights were both guarding one. However, in this case, there is no boss guarding this one. It's just that you have to get to him in a very, very difficult area with many enemies that can one-shot you. In this case, I finally managed to get through the whole area, breaking the last seal and opening the door to the Hollow Knight. I am now about to fight the Hollow Knight. I had just entered the door I had just broken, through which I had to break the three seals. I am going to rest at the bench up ahead, and I'm going to break the change on the Hollow Knight and initiate this fight. This fight is on par with the Watch Knights with being the most difficult boss I had to fight in this speed run. He is very fast, and his attacks can hit very hard. Here I am breaking the change, open the boss fight, and I do manage to eventually beat this boss in about the same time I beat the Watch Knights, within about 30 minutes. This And as you can see up ahead here, as the fight goes on, his attacks get more and more perilous, and now this is the ending cutscene where you take over the infection that has infected the Hollow Knight and you beat the game. After beating the game here, I had gotten an achievement for getting the bad ending of Hollow Knight because I had just tried to speed through without trying to get any of the collectibles. And I also got two more achievements because I beat it in 5 hours.